Guys, I'm gonna start putting more effort into my vlogs. So, good morning. I'm going to be doing my hair. I've already brought the kids to the bus stop, but since it's cold weather, I just stuck a hat on this because I have to wet my hair to brush it and I didn't want to be out in the cold with wet hair. That's the struggle of curly hair. I should probably buy a blow dryer, but I got rid of my blow dryer and all my heat styling tools a long time ago because they damage your hair. Except I got ambushed by one of the sales ladies at the mall and accidentally bought like a $350 straightener, which I'm never going to use because my hair's very thin and the last thing I need is for it to be flat and straight. So I might sell that on Mercari or give it to somebody. We'll see. Anyway, so kids are at school. I ordered coffee and a donut from DoorDash since this is the last week I'm going to live where they have DoorDash. Decided I will take advantage of it while I can before I move back to the country, aka the woods. Don't be like me and rush into buying a home just because you're anxious about a recession and end up buying one that you regret. Well, I don't technically own it, so I didn't technically buy it, but you know. Okay, this is how I do my hair. I use the Suave Kids Detangler. I don't care what scent it is. I just need it to get all the knots out of my hair. Oh, I did get my nose pierced. Well, my septum. I wanted to get that done since I was like 15 when I first started seeing it. I thought my nose might be kind of too big for it, but I figured I'll just try it and see, and once it's healed, I can just take it out when I don't want to wear it, but I like it. Gotta saturate this. And then I also use the sink. Oops. And you put water on this. That's just paint on my sink candle. If you see orange, that's paint. I need to clean it. I did just clean it with a Lysol wipe, but I don't want to scrub hard because if you scrub too hard, it can like make your sink rusty. I accidentally did that on the kitchen sink, which is not good because I'm renting. The water just flies everywhere when I wash my hair. You're in the splash zone. I might have a bobby pin still in there. Yep, there's the bobby pin. It just flew on the floor. Blends in with my hair. I couldn't see it. This ends won't get wet. There we go. My hair. Now it will curl back up after it dries. So this is how I style my hair. I need 4 bobby pins. Here's one that just flew out of my hair. 2, 3, 4. I keep them on my behind the toilet shelf, which is quite helpful. Yep, I keep all my laundry stuff. Will you focus, camera? Okay. I keep all my laundry stuff. I got some new earrings. That's what the Claire's bag is because they had bubble tea earrings. I know I'm an adult, but they're still so cute. Sunscreen, lotion, jewelry, makeup, flossers. That's all on my behind the toilet shelf. And I also... Oh, I need to wash my mirror. More storage. Skin creams, different gel, my prescription toothpaste. toothpaste because I had a couple cavities. I still do. This also when I was at the mall, these people from the store gave me free samples and then tried to get me to buy stuff, but I was like, I'm actually in a hurry and I had to go. Yeah. That's what's in there. Okay, focus brain on my hair. Okay, I dropped a bobby pin. Here she is. I'm not used to having to focus on two things at once, like a camera and getting ready for the day. I have a very minimalistic routine because I just can't be bothered. This is how I do my hair. If you haven't noticed, I'm growing it out from very short, so the front is really short, and I did have bangs, so that's even shorter. It's shorter than the back, so I just roll it up and pin it back, and then nobody will know that I have a weird shaggy haircut. But I've only been to the salon one time since 2015 because I messed up my hair really bad because I almost did like a buzz cut but not, and it came out really bad, so I had my hairdresser fix it and he did really good. I actually don't like have a hairdresser, but I went to the mall and I met one, but that one's like really far away from where I live, like an hour, and when I move it'll probably be an hour and a half or 2 hours away, so I'm probably just gonna actually find a hairdresser in the town I'm moving to and maybe start regularly going, because I think my hair looks best when I layer it since it's curly, and since I have really thin hair I really would like it to be layered. Because if you have more volume and more thick hair, you actually look healthier, which people that are healthier in turn look more attractive. So yeah, and now I've got wet hair, but it will dry and it won't be as flat after it dries, and I usually don't wear makeup unless I'm making a video. I guess I will maybe tightline my eyes and put on mascara since this is a video. And can you see my face while I do this? Oh, I can actually look in the camera so you get up close. Oh, I actually can't. Like, that's too small to see. I just sort of put this under my eyelid and like blink on it. It's kind of difficult. You have to be careful not to like poke yourself in the eye. Oh. And you also have to be careful not to do that. It's kind of embarrassing making videos because I always wonder if my neighbor can hear me. Eyeliner, it makes them look like, makes my eyelids look more hooded than they actually are. I don't know why I like never noticed or didn't have a problem when I was in high school, but it has been like 7 or 8 years since then, so I'm 25. Why do I feel so old? Okay, and oh, this is the eyeliner that I used, which I also used to use in high school. It's Maybelline Master Precise, and they added the all day, you know. Now you can see that. Okay, and you know, I'm a sucker for Maybelline because they're actually affordable. Do I have that upside down? No. Maybelline New York Lash Discovery Mascara. I use this because I like it. It's not too clumpy or anything. I just sort of push down on my eyelashes first. I wiggle in this side, wiggle in the middle, wiggle on the side. Get some more by twisting it. And then I go underneath. Wiggle them up. Wiggle them up. Wiggle them up. I actually used to make makeup videos on Facebook because I was a Younique distributor, which is a brand of makeup, which is a multi-level marketing brand, which is a pyramid scheme. It somehow fits in the legal framework while still being a pyramid scheme, like Avon and all that stuff. Yeah, I actually make more money on inbox dollars than I did selling Younique, so eye a different way than my other eye. Whoopsie. Better work fast before this dries. Did you see how I do the bottom lashes? I just don't look at my mouth. Just go back and forth. Alright, and I might fill in my eyebrows, but I might not because I actually need to trim them. I've never gone to an eyebrow appointment at a salon. I use the Flawless Brow Pen, and I occasionally do break them, like this inside part. One time I accidentally ripped it off, but they're only 20 bucks, which it's cheaper to just buy a new one of these than it is to go get my brows done, I think. I know my sisters get them done. I think it's more than 20 bucks, but I'm not sure. I guess I will just fill them in and see how it looks. If it comes out bad, I'll just... Actually, no, I'm not gonna fill them in because if I have to wash them off, it might ruin my mascara. Okay, and these are my favorite earrings. I like to wear them as much as I can, and I like the femininity to balance out my short hair, and I always wear jeans, and now I've got this, which is kind of masculine. I didn't get to pick out the nose right, and they just like gave me one, and they were out of silver. I don't care, I actually like gold, but it's just a really chunky one. I would prefer a not so chunky one. Oh, I can't see. Okay. And that's how I get ready for the day. I just wear like comfy t-shirts until I go to the bus stop. Then I usually change into a nicer one. I'm kind of embarrassed to be wearing like American flag colors, especially after the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade or whatever. So ever since that, I've been avoiding wearing these in public. So yeah, but I did get this shirt for like $2 because they were on clearance, and I got a bunch of them with the American flag colors because they were on clearance after the 4th of July and everything. But I have gotten new shirts, but my new ones I wear out, so I don't want to wear them at home because I'll probably get them dirty. Okay, well, I figured I would do a vlog in my apartment because I'm moving out on Saturday. Today's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I've got 4 days left in Saturday. We're gonna be moving, so I won't have time to make a vlog, but it's my last chance. I suppose I should clean my mirror. I have some Windex. Got a cabinet down there. That's my shoe organizer. I also keep Those are my daughter's sunglasses. I keep my sunglasses there when I can find them. I keep some shoes in there. I keep lots of masks. I keep sunscreen in there. Yeah. Oh, and some bug spray, which I don't really need because I kind of live in the city right now. Oh, some gloves because it's winter. Ballet shoes because my daughter does dance. Even though she apparently doesn't need those for class because she does kinder/mini acro. Yeah. See, that's my fridge, and this is a bunch of moving boxes. Perhaps I will vlog us moving. We'll see. I don't know if I can vlog it because I might cry. We'll see. Moving is stressful. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy where I'm moving to. Well, the house is nice. I'm gonna enjoy having a yard, but I want it to be a lot closer to the center of town where like all the stores are and stuff. Yeah. You've got coats hanging on the wall with command hooks. Command hooks are a lifesaver if you are a renter or you just don't know how to use power tools, or you don't know how to find studs, or you're nervous to make holes in your walls. Command hooks, command picture hangers. They have command everything these days. I even have a command toothbrush holder on my bathroom vanity, like on the side, because it's so small we kept knocking down the toothbrush holder. I'm not sure what I'm doing right now. I forgot. Oh, I was getting paper towels so I could clean the bathroom mirror. Yep, I'm very smart. Okay, so I did have a job at the grocery store, but I didn't want to put in my 2 weeks while I was literally still being trained. So I literally just stopped going because we started moving stuff to the house this weekend or last weekend. What do you call it when, I don't know. Yeah, we already started moving stuff and I wanted to be able to do that, and I had to type up and print out and help my daughter sign a bunch of letters to give to their friends with their contact info so that they don't have to just like, bye guys, never seeing you again, because that's actually really, really sad. And I really, really regret moving and not being in contact with my old neighbors. You can actually experience grief. Like, grief can be about things that aren't death, so I'm having grief about that. And also about my old house. It was in an amazing location. I could walk to the store, I could walk to the bakery, to the library. I was acquainted with my neighbors. I don't know why I'm taking the Lysol wipes out. Even though I think I do have avoidant personality disorder, I had gotten used to my neighbors, and my neighbors had farm animals like surrounding our house because I think like 30 or so years ago, my property was actually a chunk taken off of someone else's property, I think given to a family member, and in like all the papers I have for my house, my neighbor inherited his house from the previous owner, and whoever used to live in my old house inherited that. Unfortunately, they got it foreclosed on, which is really, really sad, and I always felt bad for them. And then some other guy bought it, but I don't know if my neighbor that lived down the road was talking about him or the people that had been foreclosed on. She said the people that used to live there before me didn't get along. So I don't know if he was married and he got a divorce and then wanted to move or what the situation was, but he only lived there for 1 year before we bought it. And I just always felt like there was some sort of karmic, chaotic energy in the house, but after living there for a long time and doing like a lot of saging and like feng shui decorating and like meditating and stuff, I really loved that place and it felt more peaceful and it felt like a home. Yeah, and then I had anxiety about not having a driver's license when my kids were going to be in school, and I had anxiety about bears, but I realized there's nowhere on earth that's 100% safe and perfect, so I really shouldn't have sold it, but well, technically I didn't sell it. I mean, it was technically my idea to sell it, but my boyfriend did always say it was a starter home. So I was like, okay, well, let's go move closer to my family. But then we couldn't afford a house there. So yeah, that town's really expensive because there's a lot of lakes and a lot of like really, really rich people building giant homes and driving the comps up. So now I can't live in my hometown, but I actually decided I don't like it because from a walkability standpoint, that town stinks. Yeah, rich people have cars, they can afford cars, they can afford gas and stuff, so they don't need to have things in walking distance. I prefer to have things in walking distance. Alright, clean the mirror, clean the mirror. I feel like maybe I should get a therapist instead of vlogging. But something's gotta pay the bills. Actually, maybe someday I'll be able to have money. I made like a couple $100 when I was working, which was nice, except I accidentally threw one of my paychecks in the trash, and I did talk to the payroll lady about getting it resolved, but then my daughter was sick the day that I was supposed to go into work and get it resolved, so I ended up not going, and then it was this crazy weekend, and we started moving and stuff, and I was gonna be way too tired to do that and everything if I would go to work because they would have me go in at 4 a.m. and do donuts, and then I'd be too tired to do anything, so I just never got that resolved. But it is better than having $0. And then we went Christmas shopping, and you know how they have like a limit on how much you can spend in a day? Okay, well, without the bank thinking that it's fraud, so they have to freeze your card unless you call them after a while. So we were checking out at Walmart after we had been Christmas shopping all day, and his debit card was frozen because of that. And there was a lady behind us, and he was like, oh, I gotta call them, and then he literally left the store and his truck, I don't know how far away he parked, but he left the store, and I didn't want the lady behind me to have to wait for a really long time just to check out, so I ended up paying for like almost $400 worth of the Christmas stuff, so that's about half of the money that I earned over the last few weeks, which I know it's nice that I don't have to pay rent and stuff, but it's kind of sad because I really wanted that for my emergency fund. And now I'm a couple $100 less than I had before, but I'll figure something out. Maybe there'll be some kind of entry-level remote job. I decided I hate being an employee. I hate having to go to a physical location besides my home to work. So we'll see if there's any entry-level remote jobs like a customer service call agent. If not, I'm gonna have to get my license and a car, maybe an electric bicycle. I'm actually getting an electric bicycle either way in case of emergencies, one way or another. Am I even getting this in the shot? I don't know. Anyway, I'm a very, very messy person, and I've got to get this apartment nice and clean before we move out so my landlord won't be upset. I'm actually extremely good at cleaning. I used to do residential cleaning with my mom. It was a really great job and I loved it. She mostly did all the hard parts though, like the kitchens and the bathrooms. I know, I'm spoiled. I did them sometimes. I prefer cleaning to working in the grocery store bakery any day. Honestly, I'm like, I hate the donuts they have at the grocery store. They're disgusting and stale even when they're fresh. Even when I was warming them up, like cooking them in the morning, they already looked stale. I don't know if it's the cheap ingredients that they have to use in order to like competitively price their store brand products or what, but they're nasty and I was not proud of myself for making them. It wasn't my fault. I was doing my job the way I'm supposed to. They just have gross donuts. Okay. Well, now my mirror is nice and clean and you can see my pile of laundry and grocery bags and stuff. Also, if you're wondering why there's a unicorn curtain that doesn't even cover my hall window, it's because these blinds break so easily and I need to be able to go to the bathroom at night, and I didn't want to buy some new blinds because we're moving out very, very soon. So I just hung up an extra curtain that we had. My daughters picked these out for their room and I had them in front of their closet, but I just don't like this print. I know it's unicorns and it's pretty, but that literally is like, a kid could design that on like kid pics or something with like the stamps on the computer on like Microsoft Paint, I swear. That's eyeliner that I need to wash off. I'll do that later. I might just leave it because we're going to be taking these down in a couple days. Okay. Here we go. So what do I usually do in a day? I usually go on Inbox Dollars every morning. I haven't done it yet. I check my stocks every morning on Robinhood. I already did that. Okay, now I'm gonna have the cappuccino that I ordered from Dunkin'. I actually do not like coffee, so I usually would get, man, they've been having problems with their ice lately. Look at those. Like, I could barely get my straw in there. I can't get it, but they have like huge chunky ice cubes today. Cappuccino is mostly milk, and I actually ordered it with sugar, which I don't think you're supposed to order cappuccinos with sugar, but I usually just drink coffee as an excuse to have sugar and milk. And since I can't have a frozen coffee, which is basically just coffee syrup and cream and sugar blended into like a coffee style frozen drink, I have to get this and be somewhat healthy-ish. Anyway, every day I make my bed. I need to look in the clean laundry for some pillowcases. I'll do that after this. Right now, just gonna make everything nice and neat. Might throw this away because it's all flat. I like to get new pillows every couple months. Yeah. Here's my phone. I finished my coffee because I drink coffee really fast. I drink everything really fast. It's a little bit problematic. I need constant stimulation, which is usually in the form of diet soda or sugar. Alright, this is where I keep my hat. Yeah, we have too much stuff for like 400 square foot space. Yeah, I wash my comforter often, which is why I don't use a flat sheet or a duvet cover or anything. It's white, so obviously I get a lot of ink stains and stuff because since this place is so small, when it's loud, and the TV's on in the living room, I just sort of like stay in here and do all my chores and fold all the laundry and write stuff down and make all the appointments. Yeah, my room is basically my office slash warehouse because I do sell things on Mercari, so I do have a lot of junk in here, which is why I put the camera so close to my bed so you can't see my junk. Actually, don't have too much junk in here right now because I moved a lot of it to the new house. I just have my Halloween wreath, which I'm not selling, I'm keeping, and an old DVD player. I went on Inbox Dollars while I was waiting for my camera to charge, and I'm not finished yet though. I need to do some surveys still, and I need to do my pharmacy homework, but I feel like I can't focus right now. I usually go for a walk before I do my homework, but it's cold today, so I don't know. But if I don't finish my Inbox Dollars, I'm gonna be thinking about that instead of my homework, so I gotta do that every day. And I might start packing stuff up in boxes, but I don't want the boxes to be in the way. But currently my kids' bedroom is technically empty besides a broken bed frame, and I had to move their mattresses off because, okay, they each have a twin mattress and their bed frame is a king. So I put the twins right there, and then when I put them to bed, I lay in the middle and I read them their books and sing them their songs. That way we don't have to like fight, and I can sort of like cuddle them both at the same time. I should have just got like a big king mattress for them, but oh well, because I did originally plan on having a bunk bed, but it didn't work out because it was like a weird one, and the bottom bunk was literally like on the floor, and since this building is very old, mice do come in in the winter, and I didn't want mice to crawl on the person on the bottom bunk. And plus they fought over who I cuddled with first at bedtime, and it's not like I could sit in there and read them stories at the same time, being two different levels. So yeah, that's what it is. Right now, both of their mattresses have to be on the floor because the bed frame I bought sort of started falling apart, and you had to like, it's a platform bed, and like underneath there's like a middle support leg, and it folds down so that you can like pack it up when you're not using it, and the leg was folded down, and my partner like jumped in bed when we were doing bedtime reading list stories, and it broke the middle support leg, and bolts had already been falling out of the bed frame, and I hadn't like fixed them yet, so like yeah, it just like more bolts popped out. It's useless, so they've had to be sleeping on mattresses on the floor, but only for a couple more days, and then we're moving to a brand new house. Hopefully there won't be too many mice, and we will get a new bed frame for the kids. I saw an ad for a Thuma platform bed frame, and that thing looks so beautiful. I love like the natural wood look, and they don't have bolts, so obviously that one won't have a problem with bolts popping out, and they look really easy to assemble. Like, they don't use any sort of like hardware. You don't need power tools to assemble it, but they're very expensive, like $1,000, so we will see. The one that I had for my kids was like $300 on Walmart.com, which it's actually had a really comfy backboard. Okay, I'm back. It's a little dark in here now, but yeah, I finished my Inbox Dollars daily goal. I watched a couple YouTube videos. I watched one on audio or auditory processing disorder, which is very interesting because I think I do have audio processing problems, and apparently there are apps that can help you, which I might do because I would really like to start being a tutor on Cambly, but I'm very worried that I won't be able to understand people because I have trouble understanding people when they talk to me a lot, and I have to ask them to repeat themselves, and I still kind of mess it up sometimes. I worked at like a convenience store one time in the kitchen, and I messed up people's orders all the time. there was one guy who ordered a steak and cheese sub, and I thought he ordered a bacon cheese pizza. So that's what I gave him, and I did it like 2 days in a row, and he was very upset, and I'm sorry to whoever you were. Okay. I'm not sure if I will work on my pharmacy homework today because I have all week to do it, and I have a lot on my mind today. I'm on user testing. I don't know if you can see. There's a couple tests available that I'm gonna do the pre-screeners for and see if I qualify so I can start building up my emergency fund again. And I went on hardassets.alliance.com and I'm trying to log in and set up my account, but it's not loading today because I want to buy some gold coins. I did want to save up my money. Okay, I mean silver coins. I did want to save up my money and buy gold, but it's gone up a couple hundred just in the last few months, so now I can only buy silver coins. Silver coins are only like 25 to 30 bucks each, and you know, it's a type of investment that has slightly more stability than stocks, I think. My boyfriend came home and he gave me a hot chocolate, even though I didn't really want a hot chocolate, but I appreciate it because I just finished my coffee when he came. And he had a leftover sandwich for lunch, and then he went back to work. I was surprised to see him because he doesn't do that too often. Yeah, I want to get this video edited and posted, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do that before or after I finally do my homework this week. We'll see. I need to make a schedule for myself. But, I'm just like adding a million more things to my plate without getting everything set. I'm really trying to figure out what I want to do with my life. Apparently, I do not want to be an employee at a physical location, which I already talked about earlier. I would not mind working for Cambly, which is like, if you're an English speaker, you practice conversational English with people who might have a different first language and want to learn English, and you do it remotely. So that's definitely a prospective job for me, but I need to finish setting up my account, and as you know, I've been anxious to do that. And I also need to record a video for like my tutor profile, which I'm not nervous about. I'm going to do some laundry. Well, mostly fold laundry. That's what I need to catch up on. It's so easy to put it in the washer, not so easy to fold it. Both of my laundry baskets broke, so I keep my laundry in these Walmart bags that make a crinkly sound. Is that ASMR? Yep, got a lot of kids' clothes and stuff. In a while, I'm gonna have to go pick up my daughters from the bus stop, and then we're gonna hang out outside, which I'm not gonna record because that's embarrassing, and I don't want anyone to go on my YouTube channel that I know in real life. So yeah, I better do these pre-screeners for these tests before they go away. I did all the pre-screeners on user testing. Sorry, I put Vaseline on my lips and I get it all over my face. And I didn't qualify for any of them, so that kind of stinks. But at least it only took a couple minutes of my life, and now I can move on to folding my laundry, I suppose. Yeah, I guess I should get off this computer. Actually, I might listen to music on it while I do my laundry. My bed is right next to here, so the headphone cord will reach. This is my boyfriend's gaming computer, which he did have custom built at a computer shop, which is kind of cool, and I use it for what I want when he's at work. We'll just come right over here and probably put on some music and do fold some laundry on my bed. I almost forgot to eat lunch. It's like 2 o'clock, well 2:30, so I'm having a late lunch. I'm having leftover salad from Applebee's. I accidentally ordered the wrong thing on DoorDash last night. I wanted the Oriental chicken salad, but I just got the crispy chicken tenders salad, which doesn't have nearly as much flavor, but I love chicken tenders and I like salad. I don't like all the cheese they put on it though. There's like a lot of cheese stuck to everything. At least the lettuce and tomatoes and stuff are good, and I can put ranch on it.